What if the biggest name in console gaming keeps missing the mark on one of the industry's hottest trends? We know PlayStation for epic single-player sagas like God of War and Spider-Man. But what if I told you they just can't seem to make a successful live service game of their own? You see, live service games are the golden goose for game studios and publishers right now. They offer a continuous stream of income long after launch, demanding less effort than constantly churning out entirely new blockbuster titles. It's a model many studios are scrambling to adopt, prioritizing ongoing engagement over one-time sales. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense from a business perspective. Now, you might assume PlayStation, a giant in the gaming world, would be leading the charge here. After all, the PlayStation console is the home for some of the most successful live service games on the planet. Think about it. Bungie's Destiny franchise has been a revenue engine for a decade. Sea of Thieves found massive success after sailing onto PlayStation, joining the runaway hit Helldivers 2 in raking in serious cash for Sony just this year. So it looks like Sony has a winning hand, right? Well, here's the kicker. None of those massive successes came from Sony's own internal first-party development studios. Despite benefiting handsomely from the revenue generated by third-party live service titles on their platform, Sony Interactive Entertainment currently can't claim a single successful live service game developed under their own first-party PlayStation Studios banner. They keep trying to create their own, and they keep hitting a wall. Consider the high-profile failure of Concord, which launched in August of 2024. It spent a staggering 8 years in development, roughly the same time as Overwatch. But when it finally arrived, it landed in an already jam-packed market full of established, free-to-play hero shooters that had loyal player bases. It was like bringing a new, generic energy drink to a block already saturated with Red Bull, Monster, and Rockstar, all with their own devoted fans. Whether it was a sunk cost fallacy pushing them to release it, or just a shocking lack of market awareness, Concord was a resounding failure. And Concord isn't an isolated incident. Sony has quietly scrapped a staggering number of live service versions of their most beloved franchises. We're talking about a multiplayer God of War title from Bluepoint Games, canned in early 2025. That's the 9th canceled live service game from Sony subsidiaries. It joins bin projects like a multiplayer Spider-Man from Insomniac, a Last of Us Online game from Naughty Dog, and several other unnamed titles. It's a graveyard of good intentions, and it makes you wonder why they're struggling so much to get this formula right. So, why has Sony failed to make its own live service game? Perhaps they're trying to force a square peg into a round hole. Their internal studios excel at crafting deeply immersive, narrative-driven single-player experiences, the kind of games that define the PlayStation brand. The God of War, Uncharted, The Last of Us, Horizon, and Spider-Man franchises are undisputed proof of Sony's mastery of the action RPG. Now, Sony's CFO, Lin Tao, did acknowledge that live service games are creating a significant new revenue stream for the company, accounting for 20 to 30% of their revenue in 2024. But that's mostly from those successful third-party titles hosted on their platform. You have to ask yourself, is it a mistake to continue pouring resources into announcing, developing, and then canceling live service games, when that energy could be far more effectively spent making more of the amazing single-player experiences people already love? It's clear Sony is still learning what makes a live service game truly work from an internal development perspective. And frankly, it feels like a waste to push this live service angle so hard when the publisher just doesn't seem prepared for it. Maybe it's time for them to take a step back, assess their strengths, and perhaps focus on what they do best. What do you think? Should Sony stick to their strengths, or keep pushing for that elusive first-party live service hit? Let us know your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive.